All right, we're live. I didn't realize we were live. We are live. Come on, man. Got a lot of writing to do today, and I intend to do it. I'm also supposed to go to dinner with my wife and her aunt tonight. Mexican food, which will be good, and a salad for lunch. Looks like half of it's on the floor now. So anyway, let's get some writing in, shan't we? All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. The goal is to finish this chapter. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do it. The allotted amount of time. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do it. Let me move that out of the way. What the hell? It's not doing anything. We got a problem. I think maybe I got to change my tiny effing batteries. Hopefully, I have some AAAs in here. If not, we're all in trouble. What if I don't have any batteries? I got 4,000 batteries. If I don't know how to open this? I always hate when I try to change batteries. Sometimes you get preoccupied, you get, and then all of a sudden I'm like, which are the new ones? Beat everybody here, Lorraine. Beat everybody. It's a lot less stressful than yesterday. I'll give you that. Although my keyboard, I don't know what happened. I'm hoping I just need batteries. Because I was typing, not looking at the screen, and all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. All right, I'm going to get out of that. See if it's hopefully just something that happened in Google Drive. Man, if I need a new keyboard, I'm going to freak out. It's not working. Why is it not working? Just did something. All right, there it is. Wow. Wasn't the bat? I don't know what it was. I have a wireless keyboard, which is great. I think this has happened to me one other time. There's Keith. But it seems I was like, just type bye. I look up and I'm like, it didn't type a word. I gotta realize what magic I had. It's doing it again. I don't need this today. I don't need this today. What did I hit a? Why is this not working? I hit something. It came in at an awful time. My keyboard is not working. This other keyboard is all jumbled up for some reason. Turn it off. Let's turn it on. Move that off to the side for now. Try plugging this keyboard in. This keyboard is weird. It's a tiny look. It's like just a tiny little keyboard. I don't know if I can type on this thing. It's not ergonomically correct. Yeah, it was a wireless. I turned it off. I changed the. I'm thinking, oh, the battery's died. Change the batteries. I get this tiny. I know I probably got another keyboard around here somewhere, but I'll use this tiny one now. Might be time for a new keyboard. That one's like 5, 6, 9 years old. I gotta get this chapter done. Now I'm annoyed. Gotta keep going. Nothing Keith talks about is actually real. It's all of his cryptids. Although yesterday was bad, today is getting worse. If Nessie was real, they would have found Nessie a long time ago. They definitely would have found Nessie now with all of the technology we have. What people are seeing is a giant catfish. Ooh. None of these things are real. Great imagination, though. You know what I'm saying? Great for stories, great for tall tales, great for being that crazy person who said you saw a mermaid in a river. But you know what you saw? You saw a pretty looking manatee. That's what you saw. Some of them are pretty cute. Yeah, he's also Nessie's also several hundred years old. I don't think so. For millions of years, it's hidden in that lake. There would have to be several of them in order to populate. I just whined to my wife about the keyboard. She's like, "We have another one in the bedroom." I'm like, where? It's a wireless. That'd be good because this thing is freaking tiny. I just typed like 10 words. I spelled five of them wrong. Yeah, Skunk Ape is like Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch, all that, and they all have the same thing in common. They don't exist. I believe in aliens flying around way more because at least there's some plausible proof. We have a bad couple of videos of dudes in Sasquatch, Bigfoot things near my parents' house in Ormond Beach. They're across the street from the Intercoastal, and all the manatees go out there and procreate, if you know what I mean. Aliens will come on; those are clearly BS, right? But you believe in mermaids and Bigfoot. See, Sasquatch of the South, we just giant hairy men. Exactly. Yeah, if I walk around in my yard without my shirt on, people are going to start taking pictures. Send them to Keith and say, here's your Sasquatch. She read my message. Give me an answer where it is so I'm not rummaging through the room. We're not supposed to talk about Pepe Le Pew. Apparently, uh, that's bad. That was bad watching that as a kid. Come on, tell me where the fucking thing is. She's gonna make me go look for it. So just tell me where it is. No, hostage. The skunk ape doesn't talk with a French accent. You know why? Because it's not real. Let me go. You guys keep talking about important things. All right, now I gotta waste time with the keyboard. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a pretty one. I gotta figure out how to set this thing up, and let's just all right. Let's unplug this stupid tiny thing. Put it over here. What are my batteries? Are the batteries even gonna work? You know what I'm saying? Why do I got? What batteries do we need? Everything. If you don't own a pair of scissors in this world, you are in trouble. You guys are so funny. It's not glands. It's just their smell. They just stink. Oh, the rain. But they don't really stink. You know why? Because they're not real. I gotta turn it on. What do I gotta do here? Use some kind of secret to turning this thing on. Holy crap. Seriously? Let me turn that one off. This one on. Who likes the French, though? Let's be honest. Why is this working? I'm missing something here. Of course, trying to do this while I'm live is also. Right, so that one still works. That one does not work. So we'll put that one over here for now. There is no dongle. There's no dongle. I don't see a dongle. And now I don't know why, because there should be one in the box, right? You stupid son of a bitch. So it's inside Could you people just do anything normal? The dongle is inside. It's inside the house. The dongle is inside the house. All right, that works. That works. It was the dongle. Thank you. The dongle was literally hidden inside the bottom of the friggin' mouse. See, I thought you were being picky when you were talking about my dongle. I gotta type. Stop talking about my dongle. Now I gotta find the other. All right. So that's the old dongle. I think Keith's just making up a dirty word. Keith just like saying the word dongle. All right, so we're good. We're live again. Holy crap! That was facetiousness. I just want to write. I just want to finish a book. All right, fan on. This mouse is weird. My mother used to wash our mouse out with lava soap. That was the worst. I would cry like a baby for hours. My brother would take bites out of it and chew it and swallow it. My mother was like, maybe I should stop doing that because eventually he's going to die. Like we watched Hazardous History with Henry Winkler the other night, and they were talking about us getting soap in our mouths. Exactly, Haas. I play with my dingle every day. Whew. Now that I figured all that out, and I got all these. It's like I'm in a repair shop here. I got all these things lying around. Oh, this one also had a dingle thing. See, I could put this mouse because the mouse isn't bad. It's a good mouse. I'm just I was gonna tell a story about my horrible day yesterday, Lorraine, but I'll wait till you get back. Go make a pizza. Yeah, hopefully, Lorraine bought some pizzas. Tabasco on the tongue. No, my mother never did that, and that's only because I don't think we ever had Tabasco in the house. Otherwise, she probably would have. But lava soap, I had to look it up. It's still available too. Mama would just put me in the corner of my knees and your mom Blair, yeah. It's standing in this corner over here. Switches, yeah. Yeah, my mother would beat the shit out of us too. I mean, we deserved it. Listen, we deserved it. On Friday night, story time. Friday night? Saturday night. Saturday night. My wife and I, well, first off, Saturday morning. My wife's like, we haven't done it in a long time, and I'm home all day. We haven't, we haven't gone for breakfast or anything. She's like, I want a bagel. I want a really good bagel sandwich. And I'm like, you know what? Let's look something up. We looked up a place called Purple Bagel. I believe they're a chain. We go there. Their coffee was and they had no cinnamon raisin bagel. I was very upset at that, but I got an onion bagel with tuna. I would have gotten a cinnamon raisin. They did not have that. The bagel was good. The bagel was big. And then Saturday night, we were like, let's go to. I'm like, I'm hungry. We ate at like 10 o'clock in the morning, 9:30. Now it's almost 7 o'clock. I am starving and I want meat. I want all the meats. Let's go to the Brazilian steakhouse. We go to the Brazilian steak. There's 3 of them in Jacksonville. All 3 of them are just packed. The one we really like is like the 3rd one. So we pass the other 2 and there's lines out the door. It's ridiculous. It's a Saturday night. So I'm like, yeah, we're not going to do this. Let's go to the Korean barbecue. Maybe we'll get lucky. So we go to one of the Korean barbecues that we like. And it was delicious. Lots of meats you cook yourself. Actually, my wife cooked everything. And then as we're leaving there, I had told her about a pizza, a frozen pizza that I wanted to try. And it's DiFara, D-I, and then F-A-R-A. And they're from Brooklyn. They've been around for 100 years. And so I was like, you know what? I know they have it. I thought they had it at Walmart. She looked online while we were sitting there. They did not have it. But I'm like, Target supposedly has it. And there's a Target 2 blocks from here. So we go to Target and they have them. They have a vodka one, and then they had a. I don't just get pepperoni, and I don't just get plain, but they had like a meat one. So I got the meat one, and I got the vodka veggie one. Okay. So yesterday, I had a salad for lunch. Today I had a salad for lunch. Tomorrow I'll probably have a salad for lunch. Trying to do better. But I'm like, last night, I'm like, you know what? Now my wife is not here. She's at her mother's. I'm going to make this vodka pizza. I'm going to see if this is all the rage people are talking about. So I preheat the oven, come back in here, and I'm writing. I hear the oven beep. I go in there, and I'm like, why is it so bright? Oh, because the inside of the oven is on fire. Because apparently my wife had spilled something when she was cooking the other night or the other day. And she hadn't gotten around to cleaning it up, and then she forgot about it. So there's literally a fire. So I call her and I'm like, hey, there's a fire. What should I do? She's like, you got to throw salt on it. So I threw like an entire thing of salt until I put it out. And then she's like, all right, well, hit the self-clean button. It'll clean. So I hit the self-clean button and I'm like, well, I wanted to eat this pizza and I already got it out of the wrapper and everything. And she's like, well, we have the pizza oven. I'm like, the what? She's like, your mother for Christmas bought us a pizza oven. You just put it on top of the grill, turn the grill on, the board, whatever thing, the stone inside heats up, and you cook your pizza on that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that. So I unwrap this thing, go out to the grill, turn the grill on, put this thing on here, let it heat up for a little bit, put the vodka pizza on there. And 10 minutes later, I go back outside. The grill is on fire. The grill is shooting 6 foot flames in the air, and it's scorching the side of the pizza oven. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? So now I turn the propane tank off. I'm like, oh good, this is gonna explode because there's fire shooting out at the bottom. Turn all the burners off. It's still a flame. I take a couple of uh, things of bottles water. I throw water on it, put it out. Took the pizza out. Pizza was delicious. I'm like, we got to do this again. It was like it was just a crazy time. I'm like, I'm setting everything on fire. And then my wife comes home and she's like, did you run the thing? I'm like, yeah. She's like, when you hit self clean, did you hit the start button? I'm like, no. So then I hit the self clean and the start button. And then the house filled with smoke because it basically self clean. It basically burns everything in the oven. And so then we were opening windows and we got fans running and we're both crying, we're teary eyed, and it was just awful. And it was like, it takes like 4 hours to do. And finally, I went to bed. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I can't do this anymore. And then this morning we wake up and it finished last night while she was still awake, so nothing else got burned, but it didn't clean out the oven all that much. Like some of the stuff was burnt off, but all the salt is still there and everything else. And I'm like, all right, so I'm like, well, this is what we're doing. Then I'm just never going to use the oven again, and apparently not using the grill either. So everything will be in the air fryer until I set that on fire. When the air fryer is set on fire, then we got a problem. What a mess. So that was my day yesterday. But I did also write about 3,000 words. Started with Chad and Peter in the morning, and then I wrote on and off the rest of the day. Hmm. Just reading all your random ramblings after I'm done with my random rambling. All right, I got to get this. I got to get this chapter done. So my goal, the deadline for today, my self-imposed deadline is my wife leaves work at 2 o'clock, and so she's read up to chapter 10 on this, and I'm working on 15 now. So I would like to get this chapter done before 2 p.m. so I can send her the new chapters and say, here, read these tonight when you get home tonight. After we go out, we're taking her Aunt Vicky to Mexican food. La Napolera, if you know, because she likes Mexican food. And so my wife's taking her aunt to get her glasses, and then I'm gonna meet them up there. And that's why I only had a salad. I had an almond gorgonzola salad, and it was actually pretty good. My wife's like, "Look at you eating salad every day." I'm like, "Because you bought me 3 salads," and I'm like, "If I don't eat these right away, they're all gonna wilt and die." So yesterday I had a salad for lunch. Today I had a salad for lunch. Tomorrow I'll have a. Yesterday I had a bacon Caesar salad for lunch. Tomorrow I will have a sunflower something or other one. I like salad. I just don't like ranch dressing or any creamy dressing. I like a good French dressing, just not if it starts talking like Pepe Le Pew. Then I'm like, not interested. Yeah, now I got to learn this keyboard. Again, it's not nearly as big. The other keyboard I liked because it was much bigger. Got my third rejection on the corporate thriller Margin of Ruin. Got my eyes open for a new places ended. Where have you sent it to? Is there anything? Is just a corporate thriller? There's nothing else in it because one of the places you said you sent it to, I am very familiar with, and I know they do not take corporate thrillers. I know they like thrillers, but they like horror. Oh, for agents. Yeah, agents. You got to send like 10,000 of them. Ruiden. Yeah, those guys don't. They want horror in all of their work. Corporate thriller if it's horror adjacent. Otherwise, there's no horror at all, they're gonna reject it. I know what's his name, Richard from there. Yeah, they just put out. They're putting out Mercedes Yardley's new book. Yeah, they want and they are looking for anything, any book that is horror related before the end of this month. A complete book, obviously. They only take like 8 books a year, and they are filled through 2027 into 2028, is what Richard told me. Anyway, yeah, anything horror. Uh, it's got to be horror, but it can be any other genre. So you can do like a uh, crime thriller, but a horror has to have horror elements, stuff like that. Yeah, there. When you read their submission page, they're really not. They really don't say that that's what they're looking for. But based on the books they put out, and again, me talking to him and to Anna over there, and knowing that they want horror. They are fans of horror books. And that's what they're going to put out. Uh, was it Ruidon? Yeah, no, they want. Yeah, because they're yeah, their general fiction submissions. Ruidon is it's not really, it doesn't really give you. So they're looking for unpublished original speculative fiction stories, dark thriller narratives, and genre bending tales that explore the darkness within us. We expect deeply flawed characters, sweeping settings, and gritty detective work. If your novel is the beginning of a series, let us know. Um, and then they give you a list of abbreviated lists, horror, what they want. But like their other stuff, they're listing sci-fi, but Cormac McCarthy, Margaret Atwood, Blake Crouch, people like that. So that's horror elements. Same thing with their. Although like Raymond Chandler, Walter Mosley, John LeClaire, James Elroy, Laird Barron. I mean, I guess Laird Barron would be dark thriller, but the other ones aren't really all that. But yeah, just talking to them, they're like, yeah, we want horror. So they just did a novella. I think they signed like 6 or 7 novellas for the next 2 years of stuff. 15,000 to 40,000 words. A novel length they want 50 to 110, but they want 90 is their base. There's Nixon. If it had horror elements, it would have fit. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Jimmy Pop. I think that was your nickname growing up, wasn't it? Jimmy Pop? I don't remember. Well, you know what? Maybe do your research. Yeah, it is kind of, and they probably didn't even like the story. Let's be honest. No, no idea. I don't know. Hateful. I get it. So it's a little short of what they were looking for as well. There are many other places out there. And obviously, agents would be nice, right? I will probably use the query tracker because King of the Mountain still is going to need a home. And there's also a bunch of them in Duotrope. So I had started a short story for something that's not due till like September 15th, but that's going to be on hold now. See, with that, you got to play for me, Armand's opinion. I got to play the long game on that. I'm not going to send out 5 or 6. I'm going to send out like 100 and see what happens. Because most authors that I talk to have sent out a ton of them, and then they'll get a handful of, if you get 5 or 6 back of, yeah, give me the rest of this kind of thing, then it's worth it. But to do 5 or 6 of them, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So I mean, you're sending out 100. That's good. If you're sending out 2 or 3 at a time, you're going to be doing this for 10 years, unless you get lucky. Even if you're not going to do it, you should still use it, just for fun. Some of them don't want simultaneous. Not all of them, though. Most of them don't care. Yeah, good way to get blacklisted. Charlie is right. You have a full time job, but you also would like to get, I don't know, published and not just keep doing the self publishing crap. I've been reminding you that, Keith. You're so naive you don't even realize. Well, that's all right. You know what you do? You forge your own path. My path is a full time author, 15 years, able to make a living out of this and not have to get a job. I think this keyboard is going to be the death of me today. Now you can sleep tonight. Exactly. So I see sub stories all the time. If one place is going to sit on it for months and another opportunity comes up, then I'm subbing both. Then you're going to get into trouble with one of them. Both of them want to take it, or one of them will, whatever, and then people are not going to want to work with you. But again, you do you. Yeah, I mean, it looks like hell, but it is. Several authors have talked about it. Like that's the way to go. And a lot of the ones on Do It Trope are also on there. But I'm not even touching that until I finish this book. Hello, Mr. Rosamilia. Well, hello, Chris Craze the second. He's long ring going to be ejected 100 times. You know what? Most books have been rejected way more than that. I told you I took that John David guy. He's like 300 and something rejections. Like I didn't even know there was that many publishers out there. Yeah, I'm done with the, for the most part, I say. I'm done with the self publishing stuff. I mean, I still have a couple of things that will definitely get self published, like next month, the uh, Dirty D, la, 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 Dying Days prequel will come out. But otherwise, it's mostly going to be looking for an agent, looking for a publisher. And you know what? Whatever you're comfortable with. Oh yeah, I mean, they buy your book today. You're looking at 18 months or longer for that book to come out because they're not putting out 1,000 books. I mean, there are some companies that are, but that's why you keep writing. That's why you keep going to the next book and the next book and the next book. You got to you find your lane. For a long time, my lane was a hybrid of self publishing and then working with small presses. And then I got to the point now where I'm like, you know what? I'm making good money, not great money, but making good money to live off of. And I want something more. I want that next step. Let's see what happens. 18 months is like forever and a weekend. Yeah, the problem is the weekend. It's not forever. The forever part is easy enough, but it's the weekend that's the part. There's nothing wrong with self-published. Well, you shouldn't be in one basket. All right. It's at any point things could collapse, and then you're screwed. Well, yeah, you got a year for them to sell your book. Realistically, 18 months for them to sell it. 18 months for the publisher to put it out. You're looking at you're looking at 3 years before your book comes out. But in the meantime, you write three more books, and then you get into the cycle of they're going to start selling your books because some places will like your book enough and go, you know what, and we want two books from you, or we want three books from you, and also here's an advance against your royalties. Yeah, Amazon's just doing a lot of crazy stuff lately. Sure, you read about the thing where they're buying everybody's books and they're sending them to their warehouse wherever in Vegas, and then they're basically feeding them into AI and then throwing the books out. But since I have two books out, maybe I'll try to get an agent with CWW. I don't know what CWW is. Is that a TV? Is that a TV network like the WB? I could pitch you first the agents that almost said yes. Right, you have some kind of traction there. There's Mr. Frank. Amazon kicked my grandma in the split. I know. I felt so bad for your grandma. Oh, okay. I'm not all hip with the. Wait, what is Amazon doing? Look it up. Everybody's sharing the article today. They're buying books, sending them to their place in Vegas, one of their companies, and then they feed them into the AI machine by basically cutting the book apart and feeding the pages in, copying the pages, and then they throw the book out. I don't know what that is, who that is. Welcome in, I think. Hmm. Actually, I've done. Yeah, pretty much. I am out of here. I got to finish this chapter, and so I can get it printed. Is that a wild boar? Actually, no, it does say javelina. Well, welcome in. I don't know what they really didn't say much, and then there's a language barrier. Next page, Mr. Frank. Next page. All right, I will see everybody on Monday. Have a great weekend. Wait, what is today? Monday. Oh, today is Monday. I thought today was Friday. I'll see everybody on Wednesday. I'm a mess today. Don't be spouting that Portuguese stuff, Lorraine.